Kwaba Ebio. Let me read these few ones. Nafi Mentwaso say, and this from Pike Welembele constituents, which is in the Western region. See, hi Obi. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Another 4 years of the NPP to stay in power will plague Ghana into massive corruption to the disadvantage of the current and future generations. The NPP told Ghanaians in 2016 that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's administration was incompetent. But what are we all seeing and hearing today? It's totally bizarre and nothing to write home about. Can all the districts in Ghana boast of one district, one factory now? Free SHS is now battling with double track. NDC is far better than the NPP. And I'll say, so far no university or regional hospital in Ghana can be credited to the NPP. He ends with a hashtag, Broja Jemfi can do. Piqué Elembele. Piqué, thank you. We say, good afternoon, Obi. In 2015, the then flag bearer of the NPP, Nanado, on Star FM, publicly made a statement of regret about his all die be die comment. I accepted his regret and apology. President Nanado had not yet become a president when he made that comment. But in ex-President Mahama's case, he's been an assembly member, not too sure about that. I'll say he's been a DC, that's a lie. An MP, vice president, and an ex-president. Above all, he's known as an astute communicator and an orator. His utterances are clearly not a mistake, but a well thought through one. He actually knew what he was saying, and it's sad. He says he won't retract what he said. The NDC defended nobody beat us when it comes to unleashing violence. Now they are defending his do or die comment too. I would implore the NDC youth organizer or Pariado to call ex-President Mahama to be blah blah blah. Kojo Edusei Akim Odan. Kojo Edusei or Akim Odan. Obi, no Ghanaian will die for former President Mahama to become president again. We'll retire him come 2024 in the year of our Lord because he doesn't have any pragmatic impact on nation building. Samuel Brian Boabing is in Awoshi. Good afternoon, Obi. The good people of this country keep on losing jobs and can't find any. Borders remain closed with impunity in the name of COVID. Meanwhile, people that are dying out of hunger are more than people that are dying in the name of COVID-19. Wow. Any figures to prove that? Or say, and you want Ghanaians to sit with their hands in between their legs? The next presidential and parliamentary elections organized by the EC will be a do or die affair. Alfred Kojo Treadles. Dear Eni. Good afternoon, Obi. Do you really think that breaking the 8 years is just a slogan? We know whatever is needed to protect our victory in 2024 will surely get JM. Thanks to JM for do or die. Mawuli Fuga. He is in Nima. Mawuli Fuga. Or Nima. Thank you. Mawuli Fuga. Okay, this one says, since former President Mahama has decided not to retract his do or die comment, then he means it. So the NPP needs to be vigilant at the polling stations come 2024. Long live Ghana. Regards to Honorable Hawa Komsen. Rainbow Kaswa. Hi, Obi. Good afternoon. Former President Mahama should give Ghanaians a break because we have his track record and it is bad. And I'll say these are not words that should be coming out of the mouth of the former president. When Akufo-Addo spoke his all die be die, he was a flag bearer. Even that Ghanaians took him on and took him to the cleaners. Whatever it is called, whether it is a call to vigilance or not, a former supreme commander of the Ghana Armed Forces, should have been circumspect. Will any of us, okay, Mr. President in Denmark, that other bit of the message now has been edited. This one says, okay, inti Adriana Bakweku Amponsa Bekan Republic, your message is too lengthy. Inti editing na manning short and straight to the point, Nefabra. In its current state, the intimate kind. Well, Obi, please, the explanation former president gave is correct. Okay, I'll say, is the explanation former President Mahama gave correct or not? Please, I'm waiting for your answer. Fifi ewo Asawase in the Ashanti region. Fifi or Asawase ewo Ashanti region. Thank you so much for your message. Let me see. Obi, kindly send birthday wishes to Yao Berima Eyim, aka Okonko, and Leticia Abenadiko, all old Abuskodians, Yanom from Abusko 2001 year group. Abuskodians. Abuskodians. Wow. Enti ma yen ko na yen konko din komo so dem kan yebenya the Minister in charge of food and agriculture ewa homan so Honorable Dr. Owusu Efri Akoto wabekansa ewo ya homan so Honorable Akwa Ekosiisen so ni na apomi ye de yeah, na me busa say apomi ye. Okay. Okay. And I'm say baby amunam ni ntini ye bebo ni tew na wanya kwan yetimi atro wadwuma so. Edikai former President Mahama say planting for food and jobs now has been a complete failure. Na yen take time acha next year e kom ebeba ye mayemo. Oje ne saying
you say Odukwano Memwa or can say planting for food and jobs are a failure. Also, any year, we say, the beer over to a Bamanacasia is same and Volta region. They have been the biggest beneficiaries of planting for food and jobs, and they are all over praising the program. It's Okasa on.
But would you dispute the fact, say, it's been a failure, especially on my example, say, a bro, for example, a short poultry farmers are complaining, and a bro is one of the major cereals I'm going to start a project with.
Also, who said last year, for the first time in our 4 years now, there was a massive drought in the southern part of the country. Ochigana have only a major season, no, and the minor season in drought Kasiapa, Tekasiapa, yeah, Nenya Sankitwakwa. Then so in spite of that, Ghana for a brony be a sign the call. A neighbors I the coast like Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Togo, Nigeria, Echo Tom Biba, no Echo Sa my na say the crazy yeah, a couple last year giving
hello.
And I'm going to get a handsome law. Mean to do if they say, Ubia or Ghana, and yeah, I'm on the World Bank, FAO, United Nations, Agric, all the African Development Bank, Ubia, Ghana, but to say, I had the fully although Kwan or there or no there, yeah, or Tunando, Babia, the Fabian Kum, any animal nature, or those at some work on no, and I know air for
But also, how do we reconcile the two? Because you say here in Ghana, no poultry farmers need be complaining. So omunye bro fanye feed. And also at the same time,
poultry farmers, are they a measure of food security in Ghana?
No,
what you say, you know, say, oh, Casse, yeah, poultry farmers, no, can say, yeah, a bra, and you know, a Kuma Bagana. Nothing, yes, I would do a natural cry.
Are you, in terms of maize, you know, do we have enough?
We have enough. The whole thing is say, poultry farmers, almost by the home. Say, one more, you're more kind of one club, bro. They say, my tea. Your mama permits among club bro. Ubi and the whole team club bro. No, I didn't try if you say. Almost complaints of Ghana a blue boy, you know. Almost Quaman on it, you know. A Bono, a Manonino, a so change Ghana for no complain about. Let's just say, planting for food and jobs, you know, yeah, Juma, without it, you know. And I will say, if there was a true shortage, say, then I will say, a boy, no, Ghana, no. Yeah, bro, bono. Yeah, she said, a man only, you talk a bro about it. That's an anti-sa. It's in an obiano which makes a bro about Ghana because almost can't I shot. There's only born a work Ghana, no. Yeah, far lower than the world market price.
Okay, Inti. Why are they not getting the maize? Say Omono Enyes can Toby. I don't understand this. Why are they not getting it?
My main church 2017, 2018, yes. 2019. Okay, it's a poultry farmer because a bro. A bro no boo almost. Now I also say every 4 or 5 years there's a drought in Ghana. Who share history? But the records look called 20, 30 years ago. 4 or 5 years behind a pair AC Ghana has say Emma and Emma for a which year one more is you to Munina Madema. After 3 continuous years of huge surpluses almost to the year Jumano. Obviously we expect say 4 or 5 years, which is last year 2020 and I said 2021 something would happen and last year it happened. This year, I feel say we are expecting a bumper crop by December. No one to say poultry farmer beer because a unya bro because a bro will be me or oti. Many president here too. Oti I say, which are left and your right. The way I said the Bruno I percent the idea is your tower. And yeah, as I'm kitwa because they are more improved seed. Can you no more or more brother than no one and idea. And then I buy a cocoa, a California improved seed, hybrid seed. What is share from now? What is fertilizer? Gusua, yes, and so Togusua. Ultimate 20 bags, 30 bags. Can you know only 3 4 bags? A piano, 3 4 bags, and maybe them quite 40 bags, 1 acre. Of course, it's a lot Easter, but who that's not America. It's a planting for food and jobs there. And I do the I'm a Juma, sorry. I'm a Ghana for what time. Now they don't say a boy. I feel who will be there. The amount of money the government of Ghana is spending on subsidies on seed and fertilizer. Last year, 2020, nearly 1 billion Ghana cedis. And see that. Mahama or no. Kasia Pa was only about 200 million cities. 2015. Almost me and craft fertilizer about Magan had it. If you some okay Canada, or also 2 Ghana for him, that's make Ghana for say. I feel you being a pre cry. I free came.
Ain't for poultry farmers are move soon says see Omunya Bino. They should be rest assured that by the end of the year, no, a brody baby. Hello, Honorable. Hello. Hello, Honorable.
Then I make it's only the severe drought of last year, 2020, and the man of saying As I feel, no, yeah, shame mama. Bibia Saba from by October, November, December, no. Won't is a poultry farmer be cut away when you're broke and as a soya and
the other point our former president raised here and they say or say on one in Ninia a farmer. Now Ninia sometimes to me do bro 300 acres. This year 80 acres crowd struggle to plant because also fertilizer anyhow. Honorable.
Oh, I knew that you. And then now can you be
oh, born it not be Mahama.
They say, young corner for me and question the records but the last 3 years that's all can require. It's a Mahama no 77 pediatra on can cry. It is a body team and all or body the team and all can be there anymore. On only the farmer that we have over 3 million farm families in Ghana. Oh no, the Nipa no, and the best Ghana and I mean, he should be, he's an educated man, he should know. You can't use one single observation for over 3 million people and come to a conclusion there. We are not away. It's amazing. I mean, how he's conducting himself these days.
Yeah, but it's also a fact, sir. In recent time, we have challenges of fertilizer, kakra, and fertilizer supplies.
Yeah, of course. The world global industry was down. Everybody knows that because of COVID. The industry was shut down most of the world. So, as fertilizer supplies globally, echo from, my prices shoot too up so high. So, anything COVID, and young coin, fertilizer prices are very, very high. Suddenly they went so high. Ghana government, so a footwear amount for limited. It didn't mean the same amount of fertilizer at twice the price. The previous years, you know, the do so many from it me the better so. It is the subsidized fertilizer, no, and then the volumes no call from. But shipments a fair budget because you're not fertilizer or Ghana. Shipments a fair budget by another. The same quantity buy. A lot of people had to go on the open market. A bidum at on 180, 190, even 200 cedis per bag of 50 kilograms. Yeah, in the subsidy, don't you know? The previous 3 years, they just 74 cedis. And you know, one more munya be over the on the subsidized, it's okay. But open market, no, was there for anybody to go and buy the open market price. And you know, that's the difference between when we say fertilizer shortage. It was a shortage of the subsidized fertilizer. It wasn't a shortage of fertilizer, total fertilizer imported into Ghana. That's where he gets confused.
Yeah, but at least listening to the fertilizer suppliers, no, they claimed say na abai edwonka, and I think it became a tango between your ministry and the finance ministry. Say payment also moyema suppliers na encore, so that's why.
Yeah, but that is the pay. That is the payment. We are talking about total supply, total imports of fertilizer into Ghana. That's a different issue. There are two markets for fertilizer in Ghana: subsidized fertilizer and open market fertilizer. If you tell me, say, amount of fertilizer in Ghana, no, a total amount, no, there, then you have a case. But in this case, no, people, the amount of fertilizer on the open market, no, was still there, so people were going there to buy. What did they make an thing? Mm-hmm. They were going there to buy. Now I said because the amount that we had set aside for fertilizer purchases under subsidy, no, was the quantity was reduced. In other words, because the world price had cost, we couldn't just carry on selling the same quantities to farmers. It is okay. But the open market price, the open market was there, and people were buying. Now there was a shortage of open market fertilizer.
Yeah, but you know, so said not many people would be able to afford open
no,
market.
Who says that? Who says that? If they cannot be able to afford, how come say Bokone, Navrongo, any one no? and go for a salon buildings in one share. Omujina for 8 hours. Omujamo perfect whether subsidized or not subsidized. You tell me why? I didn't tell you I could judge a year more 7-8 hours. Almost fertilizer whether subsidized or not subsidized. Why do you think they did that?
And the Honorable, what's the state now? Government subsidized one, Ebiaba, and now say, I was here trying to.
Oh, the season is almost over. You should know that. The minor season has been planted, northern sector has been planted. So, fertilizer application is season, and yet the Biana farmers share fertilizer.
But because of enough during the minor season to plant, no, and affected output, no.
No, you cannot say enough. You find out from the fertilizer imported, the quantities that they have imported against what they've imported in the past. The only difference is the previous years, the quantities and the subsidy was much higher than this year because of the COVID impact and the high prices of the world market price of fertilizer and amanabata. But the total quantity of supplies hasn't changed. It's just that more people are having to buy more on the open market than the subsidized market because the subsidized market is restricted. That's all.
And you don't expect say benya impact beyond output, right?
Let's see, this year, I'm telling you, we are going to have a bumper crop.
For all your staple foods, maize, cassava, and all of those?
Everything, we are going to have if you believe president, if you Western North region, and the about TSA, the reports that I'm getting from my officers and from farmers and so on, everybody is predicting there's going to be a heavy crop this year. President Mahama and then I'm all country, United Kumating, any who say, on all kind of crowd, I mean, American crowd. And the culture say, I'm the Minister for Food and Agriculture, and we have the instruments to measure what is going on day by day across the country. And I'm saying that Ghanaians should ignore his scaremongering poster. No, it is the Emma Abiane Ebebusu of Ghana. He said they boosted the last 4 years and they're planting for food and jobs.
Mami Musa last two questions. He makes the point, say, even for planting for food and jobs, and your more original idea, and that's why you are struggling in its implementation.
We are not struggling. First of all,
those are his words. Those are his words.
But his words are not. It's not Bible. It's not words. We have to challenge him on that. We are having a very prosperous agricultural growth in this country. He wished and he failed. I'm a Ghana for much. Now a politician who wishes the people are. He doesn't wish them well. No, he is not worth voting for. A can no kuna a como Ghana. No be also Kufuor Abano when you am Fabian Ama is rather the reverse. People are very grateful for the opportunity given to farmers to produce more than enough for our national security.
Do you agree with the claim, say, any more original idea? Now you're not any funding, funding from the Canadian government.
He's talking about the Canadian government funding for extension services. That's what he's talking about. Planting for food and jobs. There are 5 modules. We have the food security module that he is referring to. We have the tree crop module, which is planting for export and rural development. We have the vegetable part of it. We have the livestock part and the mechanization. These are all together under the fellow planting for food and jobs. If he doesn't know, I'm teaching him on radio now. And even the food security parts now. The Canadian government was trying to help us with only extension. But the extension, he had destroyed the extension services of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture by the time we took over. I was supposed to have 4,400 extension officers. When I did the audit, there were less than 1,600. And of the 1,600, no, most of them were going to go on pension in the next 3-4 years. So where was the extension service? It is our vehicles, Canadian press over the panel. Normally, I'm on my age. I had to go to cabinet to seek urgent dispensation to hire 2,700 extension officers, qualified graduates and certificates. And we did that. We employed 2,700 to bring the service back. If you all know, he should be ashamed for him to be talking about, say, a Canadian government, and because of that, no, they planning for food and just buy. These are lies, These are just to deceive people.
In the Canadian government facility, now cash and also equipment, which is which?
Oh, it's a logistics. So motorbikes and pickup trucks.
So you didn't come and inherit money like Sikane?
No.
Different project.
Ghana government has spent, and American last year from the ministry, the planting for food and jobs is a wholly financed GOG program. There's no foreign element in it.
Asempa FM.
Totally not.
But the equipment from the Canadian facility in Aba, are we using them?
Of course, but I'm saying, sir, what is more crucial is not the equipment. It's the human beings who are going to train personnel, helping the farmers to cultivate their production, which he had destroyed by refusing to employ any extension of that for 5 years of his government. So the whole thing was just destroyed. I know he should be accounting to the people of Ghana why they denied the farmers the extension services which are required to link production, the farmers to science. In this case, seed science, fertilizer science, which we have come in and as I said, employed 2,700 at the go. These were graduates who were sitting at home with their parents doing nothing, but had they acquired the knowledge of agriculture, which they could use to serve the farmers.
All right, maybe some final question. Sir Bass said you're okay. Bumper harvest, Nebana, Bodiebu, Banchibu, in toes, Baby Brainy are there. Can we attribute those to planting for food and jobs?
Of course, we can.
I didn't hear because you say cereals and I'm planting.
It's not only no. It's not only cereals. You go and listen to my inaugural lecture at Lakon New Year School in February 2017. 2017 when our adult planting for food and jobs is meant for the whole range of the agricultural sector. As a strategy, you just have to focus on a few selected crops to engineer the growth, because agriculture is all composite. It's all composite. You cannot, farmers a series of it. So if you help him on one, the others come with it. It's a composite activity. And the strategy is to focus on a few of them in order to bring about the growth. And the growth is what we are seeing, with massive exports to Burkina Faso of plantain from Agogo and all those things that statistics that we can show you the amount of food that we are supplying to the West African region.
No, are you saying, sir, farmers are, for example, benefited from seeds are buying a provider, i.e., sorghum, brone, all those 6 cereals, no? They had to plant cassava and plantain alongside as part of the programs, Anete.
But you don't know this?
No,
farmers don't plant one. Even cocoa farmers, this year, cocoa rehabilitation programming. You're more tuber, plantain sucker. So the provide a shield to the young seedlings of cocoa growing, and in the process, there's plantain production. You understand? So agriculture, no, it's not a mono-crop agriculture. It's a multi-crop agriculture. So if you give incentive for one, you have given the incentive for all of it.
Okay, aside planting for food, you say rearing for food and jobs, or I don't know, saying.
Oh, the poultry pilot has been successfully done. We are going to expand that. The small ruminants, we are importing high breeding ones from the Sahel region to cross our local ones and give to the farmers. A lot of things are going on in the livestock area.
Honorable, ma yenshana yenfa NC bibiania yebesa so about hope you about di enkomo and obia send me message see as me famu south say ukojomu a aduane bo epejamu kakra. Have you gotten that feedback?
Yeah, of course. That is seasonal. You see, that's the whole thing. And people forget. You're very seasonal. Tama ye dear brownie nema no. That in May, June, July, August. No, that's when prices are at the highest. Once the harvest start coming, no, prices start dropping, and it's like night and day because we rely on rainfall for our agriculture. The production supply of agricultural produce follow the same pattern as the rainfall pattern. In the southern part of the country, we have two rainy seasons. The major rains coming in April, May, June, July. And then the minor coming in September, October, November. So to say you are in the minor season, farmers are busily planting. They've harvested the first crop, they are going into the second crop. If you go to the savanna areas, it's different. In the savanna areas, there's only one rainfall season which starts in May, June. And then they start harvesting 90 days after that, that's about 3 months. So their crop starts coming in October, November, December. That's when you have the lowest prices in this country. So you can predict like night and day when prices are going to be high within the year and when prices are going to be low. We are, as I speak to you, we are now getting out of the high price season because the harvest is coming in, and we'll go down and down to about January when the prices start going up again.
Honorable, where the Ananka may the AC, but some few questions from testers idea, but I think young video was say Jim Rennie Busana.
So to say, many president and I'm
just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Mate, so medase. Ekosiisen is the higher sempa 94.7 FM. I mean, I've gotten messages from some poultry farmers any day, and now I was say Anka Yedi Ebusabonabo say Omo aye busy, and the amount for aye busy pa. Obi the president Echio Charlie. Omo former president Mahama Echi, almost the president Akufo-Addo Echi. Charlie Obi aye busy. Ekosiisen is the higher sempa FM. Ma, you trust about